what's up guys, Benny here, and I am very excited about today's video because not only am I going to show you one of the best class setups that you can use right now with the Kilo and the MP5, we're going to see it be used by one of the best players in Tommey, whose links will be in the description. And on top of that, the cherry on top of it all, you will have a chance to win an incredible PC thanks to the sponsor of this video, Gigabyte. At some point during the video, a lower third will appear with a code that you will need to enter into the link that is found in the description below. But first of all, let's check out that PC. Now this is the PC that you could win in this video, the Talon Gigabyte Aorus, which features the Z490 Aorus Pro AX motherboard that supports the Z490 chipset and those Intel 10th gen CPUs like you've got in this PC. Now, with Intel Turbo Boost, that 10th gen CPU will actually automatically adjust their clock speeds to match what you're doing. Now, the vast majority of games rely on raw CPU performance versus core count, which is especially important for competitive games like Warzone, where getting the highest frame rates possible up to 240 Hz is very demanding on the CPU. Now, that Z490 chipset is built for the Intel 10th gen K-series processors, which is going to allow you to get that extra bit of performance out of what is already a ridiculously fast CPU, especially when combined with adequate cooling. Now, here are all the specs for this PC, which starts at around £1,879 on Overclockers UK. The price to the level of performance you get, especially for high FPS and competitive games, is great with this spec. But remember to keep an eye out for that secret code in the video and use it in the link down in the description below for your chance to win it. But now we're going to check out Tommey's gameplay, and in my opinion, Tommey is one of the best Call of Duty players of all time, not just in Warzone, but in multiplayer as well. He's been at the very top for so many years, and Warzone is no different. And this gameplay that we're watching, and his links will be down in the description below, is ridiculous. I mean, he could have easily, and I mean this, easily had the world record, and he also uses what is probably the best class setup and loadout in the entire game right now, the Kilo and the MP5, which I'll show you later on in the video. But there is so much stuff for us to learn and take from Tommey's gameplay for us to apply to our own. Like, once again, high kill games, they always tend to start off at Superstore. It's really interesting to see the way that he approaches a gunfight as well, the times that he decides to use hip fire, the times he decides to wait it out and let players come towards him. And like, one thing with Tommey as well is his gameplay, his communication is top notch. Whenever you see him play, if you see his streams, if you check him out, everything he does, he brings the players around him, makes the players around him much better as well. I remember I was competing in Anaheim in LA, and he was just sat behind me and was like, oh yeah, two people are going to come around that corner, and like it was as if he was like from the Matrix, and it just happens. And this is translated into Warzone as well. His ability to read the situations and when to push, when not to, like it's so good. Like here, for example, most people would have grabbed the loadout, then push this guy. However, he knows if he pushes quickly, he can get a big advantage on the player, not give him time to play. And this for me is perfect. Most people would have hopped out the window, jumped and pushed this guy after cracking his armor, but he sits, waits, sits by the table to make the other person make a play where he's just going to get an easy down. Same way with when he's pushing this building, he cuts the cake up the stairs, finishes the player nice and easily with the MP5, which actually isn't even his own MP5. He decided to grab his Ghost class first, which is interesting because as you can see, that Banisher is a very interesting build. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's got like Merc foregrip with. I hope that's not it, because he uses two different ones. He uses this one at the start of the game, which I think he picked up off the body at the start, and then the MP5, which I used to use, but I'm torn if it's the best anymore because I really like the hipfire build. Here, even the best players make mistakes. Double C4 accidentally closes the door, throws it down, doesn't detonate it right there, detonates it when he gets to the window. Now look, he delays the detonation because remember, when a C4 hits a door, it blows it open, right? So the door's being closed, throws it. Most people would have double tapped there. He detonates it here, so if anyone was checking, they would turn to look at the door like they have and come out. Easy down. Pauses. Power of the pause. It's like in public speaking. Power of the pause. If you like, just take that moment, take that second to kind of allow the play to push out. Because normally, that situation, people will run at you. And oh my god, I do not know how he's done that. That's 4 people just absolutely annihilated. Let's go back to the start, because this is the sort of gameplay I always think is really, really important to check out. So, hold on. If it wants to reverse. Right, there we go. So, if we go here. All right, let's just take a look at here. Hops through the window, takes the first guy, pauses, slides in. So slide cancelling is really powerful to do. Sees the other guy, takes it out, and then somehow switches to the weapon. Because remember, swapping your weapon is always faster than reloading. Even if it's an assault rifle at close range, it's better than trying to get a reload off. Just take advantage of that amp perk. They're using the Kilo, the Yandir, I believe it is, with the pink tracer bullets. Just always nice. Pops down the cluster strike there, and then pushes in. Cluster strike kind of allows him to just kind of get involved in the fight without being taken out by that. Look at it. Just like the way that he kind of like spots enemies and the way that he moves around the map is so good to see. All right, hold on. I just want to see this bit. So, takes down the first guy. So if we go from here. Takes down the first guy, then finishes him, then instantly turns. But did you see the quickness of his putting in his plate? Cancels that, does it, and then straight away goes into doing it quickly. Always get into the habit of putting your plates on as quickly as you possibly can. Right, straight away, holding the position, using the AR now because he knows there's enemies around. Perfect spot. Holding positions and then relocating when you down someone. Because when you relocate, because if he's got teammates, he'll call them out. And also, you want to change your line of sight so that if you've been live pinged, it will cancel it. And perfect. Like, knows people are going to be coming for that loot. Repositions once again. Every time he gets the kill, repositions. Has that heartbeat sensor as well, just to check. Gets the high ground. Perfect. Is then able to get another down. Straight away, repositions, gets the down. You never want to be fighting people from the same spot twice, okay? If you down someone, reposition, make them have to, like, if they've had to communicate with each other, make them have to kind of think where you are, and then you outplay them. Really important thing to do. And something Tommey does so well. Like, these buildings I always hate to kind of go up, but look how he does it. He's side strafing up there, not sprinting, keeping his crosshairs across at the kind of like, centering it at the danger point where an enemy could appear. Does that so well every single time. He's already on 19 kills with 72 players left, and that was ridiculous, and that is a dream. When you call in a UAV and you see like 20 people on your map, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to get a lot of kills here, because also, you know, there's a chance that a few of them aren't going to have their loadouts, so you're going to be able to outposition them, use that UAV to your advantage. He's always jump shotting as well. Like, I want to learn so much from Tommey, because in Warzone, he's been winning all the tournaments, whether they're in America, whether they're European tournaments. He is in everything and does so well in them. Just checking the air around him as well. And also, I'd love to know from you guys in the comments, what do you think about buyback quads? Do you think it should be a permanent mode? Same with like all trios? Because I really enjoy the pacing of it, because, yeah, Gulag's fun. But it's just nice when people keep coming back, and like that mid game, which can be a bit quiet sometimes, is so much better. And this is disgusting play. Oh my god. Just using the MP5. This is the MP5 I'm talking about. The best MP5 build in the game for a lot of people. Integral monolithic suppressor. Got that Merc 4 grip on there. 45 round mag. Stippled grip tape. And then also the collapsible stock as well. Combine that with the Kilo. Now the Kilo is that Kilo we all know and love. It's got that Commando 4 grip, monolithic suppressor, the 18.9 or 16.9 Prowler barrel. A Prowler barrel of some sort. The Prowler barrel, then the VLK scope and that 60 round mag as well. Make sure you use the 60 round mag. Some people have been going about 50 round mag. Don't have to use it. And that is gutting. Hold on. We've got to go through this. This is the worst way to go down. Like, he was doing so well. He's destroying everyone. Gets those C4s off, cracks the armor, does that. Breaks the second guy, and then just gets killed. What actually killed him? Was it the gas? Did the gas just touch him and he just got dropped so close? Sadly, his gas mask is broken. There is nothing he can do there. Because remember, you cannot pick gas masks up in the gas. Second the gas touches a gas mask, it's done. But on the plus side, redeploy, can get back in nice and easily. He had loads of cash. Downside is you can lose your main weapons, but they got another loadout drop in because they had so much money. What's interesting is the amount that Tommey uses his MP5 at mid distance. Now that is one of the reasons I think a lot of people prefer the MP5 over the Origin, is because at mid distance you can't really do the weapon switch as much. Your Origin has to be right in someone's face. But really interestingly, he's gone for a Kilo, which has, I believe, a Merc foregrip on it as well, which is going to give you recoil control, which on a Kilo just makes it a laser. And as you can see here, it's not really moving. Like, he misses a few points, which is why he's able to stack damage up here, then pushes. Now, this is always a really risky play. Even if you've got a down and people have got a rooftop, jumping with your parachute leaves you as a sitting duck. If you're against good players and they spot you, which is why the kind of like the cinematic lines come in right now, because that was ridiculous. And the way that he pushes, and he's now having to listen so much because his plates are down, very easy to get pushed. He knows there's at least 2 other teammates around here. He's checking here. Loved how he went to that kind of like bit of cover, just cover to use. So this guy's pushing him, jumps to check where the 4th person is. He's fallen off, doesn't know. That guy's now blown his position, still holds the roof, and this guy is just a sitting duck. Throws the C4, finishes him off, and then goes to focus on the other person because he knows that guy's not getting up. He does 100% doesn't have a self-res because he's just come back in from the game, and that's all about reading the situation that's in front of you. And just like he kills it. Like I honestly love Tommy's gameplay. I'll hopefully be having a video with him on the channel very soon because we are looking at getting some games in very soon. But right, this is one of my favorite things. Well, look at where he is on the minimap right now. He is holding the line. So what you always want to do is, a lot of people as well here would just go suddenly rushing into what I like to call Sweat Village. But he sits on this rock and holds the corner. He kind of nearly got pulled in, but then gets it down, knowing that the gas is going to push all 6 of those people towards him. And also he's got a great head glitch to fight from, where it's very difficult for him to get beaten in a gunfight because his gun skill is top notch. You don't play at the level he has. He was even a sub for the CDS, like Dallas, who won the COD World League this year, which is ridiculous. He is that good of a player. And I'm hoping to see if he gets a seat in the next year's game. But we'll have to wait and see. But he'll be winning Warzone tournaments all the time. Perfect here. This is another great example of learning how to play in a position where you are outnumbered in the open, because right now, if you have a look, his teammate's gone down, he's got the radar going on, and he's got a few comps. Pops his dead silence. This is one of the few situations where dead silence is really useful. Gets that finish. Second he's got that finish, he can now kind of play the situation a little bit more slowly rather than having to be worrying about the res. Gets that down, has no ammo, needs to get some assault rifle ammo so he can kind of control the situation again here, because the MP5, even though it's good, you're going to get destroyed by other assault rifles. Always use the weapon that is best for the situation at hand to make sure you're going to win more gunfights. Really, really key. Okay, live pings as well, overpowered. If you can, have a paddle on your controller to live ping. If you're playing on PC, make sure you live ping because it's a lot easier than if you're on controller. He's cracked. Oh, here we go. I think this is actually Mutex, who we actually watched on the channel recently, who is another ridiculous player. Tommey takes down 2, and he even took down Mutex, and then gets killed by the final squad. But it's all good. Buyback is still in play. He is on a very, very high streak. 44 kills. And, like, honestly, 45. And there are 28 people left. 24 kills up for grabs. 46 kills. And there are 28 people left in the game. Like, this is what I'm on about when I said this could be easily be the world record. He could end up on 60+ kills here if he clears the lobby. Has the ground now rather than his Kilo build. But that happens when you get taken out. You have to go for your class. Now, a lot of people will have a class set up that will allow you to have max ammo on one of your classes. So when you spawn back in, you can get involved in the fight straight away. Sadly, you lose a perk and your weapon's not going to perform as highly. But there we go. Triple kill with the C4 to bring him up to 50 kills. I hate fighting in these buildings because just, like, honestly, there's just too many places that you can get flanked out from or out positioned. One, like, I really want to point out here is this is something where, like, even players like Tommey, when they're on for a kill record, make mistakes with their team because you're trying to get as many kills as possible. But he is separated from his team now. his 3 teammates are to the right, and he plays to push this guy solo. However, we've got to remember there are some other very, very good squads in the lobby. They're taking out his team right now, which is then going to put him in a really bad situation because he's not going to have any teammates. 53 kills, and now it's just him left. So once again, using that MP5, holding the rooftop because he now knows he can't really aggressive and kind of play off his team. Like, that's something you always need to do. Try and play with your team, stick together as much as you can. Especially going for kill records, then you kind of sometimes have to split in twos. But putting shots down, which is increasing his damage, but blowing his position, which now means everyone knows where he is. He's not got a good position in the gas. He's going to have to make a risky play. Like, this is the thing. If you challenge multiple squads and they know exactly where you are, you're going to get pinned. Does a great job. Uses the hay bales, uses the cover as much as he can. Like, this is the worst position you can ever be in. Like, you can see he doesn't know what to do, and he ends up getting killed. Like, that is just a situation that was just kind of a run up of multiple effects. But honestly, 53 kills could have easily been a 60 bomb. But yeah, that is Tommy's gameplay. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Enter that giveaway for the PC. It's an awesome opportunity, and I will see you next time for another Call of Duty Warzone video.